What's up, y'all? It's painting time. You already know what the deal is. So, yeah, let's just get it going. Uh, cool. I just wanted to finish up some of this stuff because I don't have any more time nowadays to like get stuff done. So it's getting to that point where I gotta wrap some things up, and I also want to like fix some things, like having taken a step back at it. There's definitely some things that I'm like, you know what, this could probably be a bit better, more refined. So I'm like, let me take this opportunity now to handle that. So normally we're on Tuesdays, but Tuesday, I was just kind of tired. I was really out of it, and we'll see how that goes. I actually get my second back shot on Tuesday, so I may be like completely out of it, but we'll see. Hopefully that isn't the case, but it's a possibility. So I may have to stream on a different day or something. Okay, cool. But yeah, you're coming through. Welcome. Hope you're having a good time so far. Introduce yourself, hang out, show your work, do all that good stuff, and we'll get it going. There were some people that I meant to look at their work before, but then I had to. Yeah, I wasn't feeling that good, so I canceled. So hopefully I'll get to those people at some point in time, or they'll come back. Hopefully they don't think I was lying to them. But yeah, hopefully I'll take a look at their work at some point in time throughout this week, because I would like to do that. There we go. That's what I want. I don't know if I want so much of that noise, but I do want some of that paint in there. Especially underneath. Cool. There we go. I like that. Okay. Not bad. I do have to make this edge a little bit softer, and then we'll figure this out. Stream chat read only. And I apologize for people that if you're tired of seeing this image, but unfortunately, this is kind of what it takes to get stuff done. At least for me, just given my work schedule, this is the only time. So, in theory, I only have maybe like 2 hours to 4 hours a week to put to something. If it's like an illustration like this, like a personal illustration, which kind of sucks, but it just kind of shows the perseverance. Like, as long as you kind of dedicate yourself to that time, you know, you can totally do it. You just have to be willing to you dedicate yourself to that time and realize, okay, this may take a couple of good rounds of doing it. Instead of doing things in these 10-hour rounds, it's going to be 5 2-hour rounds. So I think I'm probably on like the 5th round right now of doing this. So so in theory, 10 hours is pretty good, I would say. A pretty good time frame to do something. Okay. Looks like we are now in a pretty good place color wise with this guy. The question is, do I really want to have that be its own layer? Or should I just paint it regular? Because that's the other thing. And a part of me a part of me wants to just paint it like regular. But it's not that bad. I want to kind of get through this one as quickly as possible so I can focus on the other one. Alright, not too bad. Yeah, okay. I think I can live with that. I don't like this part right here. I do think that it needs a little bit of like a warm value in it. I'm just not sure like what. So maybe I can kind of stamp that in there, but I do want it to stand out a little bit. So we can put a pin in that one, and I believe we can start working on the other ones. I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay, so and this one is the one where I want to start getting some more like hot reds in there and stuff. So we have one in the daytime or one nighttime, and we have one daytime. So I can have these next to each other, so I can obviously kind of have it give me some inspiration, and at the same time kind of guide me a little bit. So that's the plan. Okay. So let's see here. Overall, it's not too bad. I'm kind of just taking some time right now and just looking at I'm kind of just evaluating it and just seeing like what changes I want to make to it, if any, because I definitely have some ideas and thoughts about it, but I'm just not sure like what I want to tackle first. Like first, I definitely want to figure out how to get some more like reflective like red in there. I think that's gonna be like an important part, but we'll see. So we have this rock, which is fine. It doesn't blend in that well, so that's a whole other issue. But I mean, I think I can just work on. Yeah, I think I can just work on that part right here. There's like this little hint of like tree and stuff. So maybe I can just kind of just push a little bit of a painterly quality with that, and then maybe I'll just like erase it or something. So yeah, So we can do that, and then maybe we can keep the same rock. So that could be kind of nice if we did the same thing. So maybe here what we do is we can drag the rock that we had from here. We'll just drag it in. So I do want some of the same elements to kind of show up in there. But what we'll end up doing is I'll probably put this in front. Cool. So obviously we'll have to change the color. So let's do that now. We can get rid of that. Get rid of this guy here. Cool. But it still needs to be like a bit darker, so we'll figure that part out. And go from there. Yo, what's good, Ray? How's it going, homie? I'm chilling, man. Just trying to, you know, knock some of this stuff out so I can finish it and, you know, go from there. How about you, dude? How's that work life, bro? How was your, I think last time we talked, it was like I think it was a recharge day, wasn't it? So did you enjoy your recharge day? How did that go? I'm almost positive it was like a recharge day or something like that. Regardless, it was definitely needed. I'll tell you that much. Okay, I'll get some of these softer values in there for sure. Looks like we got a good amount of watchers going on right now. 15. It's a weekend, so it's going to be a little bit kind of, I would say probably a little more dead than usual. I think people are kind of chilling on the weekends. But if you out here grinding, you know, you can give yourself 2 hours. Hold on, there's some dirt on my screen and it's annoying the hell out of me. I need to get a wipe. All right, let me fix this. You ever got some like some dirt on your screen, and you're like, wait, is that like a speck or is that, you know, is that dirt? And now I realize that it is indeed a speck. So let's solve that issue. What? No, thanks at all. None of that. How dare they? I hate when they be advertising stuff on my computer while I'm streaming. Like, bruh, time and place, bro. Time and place. Okay. All right, not bad, not bad. Okay, so we got that one done. We can probably work on this one. I still think I kind of want this one to have a little bit more of a darker shadow on the left side. A little more of a nice ambient occlusion, you know what I mean? And okay, I'm gonna make it black and white. It's not bad, but then that means that the value of these guys might need to go down just a tad bit. It's too bright. So just a small little fix there. And we'll, I don't know about the stamp one. Is this going to be a stamp thing? Yeah, sure, why not? Sometimes a little stamp action can be nice. So I do want there to be a little bit more, a little bit more red in there to kind of get some more earth tones. So I think what I want to do here is just put in a little bit more of this kind of value in there, so it kind of just blends in a little bit more. And probably towards the bottom, just a little bit more of that kind of just dark reddish tone that I can kind of pepper in throughout the little image here. So just a little bit, I think, is worth doing. Okay, so it kind of blends in a little bit better now, so that works. And cool. I want it to be a little bit more clean. Okay. Cool. And now we shall use the colors here. I'm gonna take a sip of water, so I'm gonna stop clearing my damn throat. And cool. This one will probably have to be a little bit of a color dynamics situation. Apply per tip. There you go. There we go. And we'll switch that back up with just the regular kind of paint chalky brush, yeah. And cool. Yeah, we're moving now. My goal here is to get past this stuff as quickly as possible, because I feel like there's going to be some issues in the background in terms of how I want to attack foliage. So I have to kind of give myself enough time mentally to handle that. Not too bad. Okay. Nice. Oh no. And cool. And yeah, not too bad. I think that gives us a lot of stuff we can work with. So let's see what we can do about tackling, you know, I want there to be like a hint of of red, you know? So it might be like a color dodge thing where we just get like a little bit of that underlighting. You know what I mean? So I want something like that. Now the question is, do I want it to be like that intense? Do I want it to be more there? But I want it, and I need to figure out how I'm going to achieve it. See right there, it's just light, but it's not red. So I want it to be red, and I want there to be like a nice like gradation of warmness on the bottom of um, these trees. I think this is cool. Like if you ever been in a forest and like the lights like hitting it, um, it looks really interesting. And I was gonna have like bark underneath it, but I don't, or like moss, but I don't think that's the. I don't think this is the way. Ooh, see like right there, that's nice. I want that. I want that foliage to kind of hit. Um, which means, I definitely want to figure out how to get some light on the edge of this thing if it's possible. So yeah, just a tad bit I think is worth doing. Um, if I do it, I don't mind making this like a little bit darker either. So I will actually do that. I'm gonna say, hey, you know what? Let's make all of this darker. If I'm going to put all that texture in there. So sometimes this is good here. Just to kind of look at the light and see what's happening with the values. And so far, it's in a pretty good place. As Ray says, what the kids call lit. I can use the word lit. I'm still pretty hip as fuck, so I'll still use as litty. So yeah, right now, yeah. So I like that gradation that's coming down. I just don't know how intense I want to keep it. But it is visually interesting for sure. So yeah, let's just keep messing around with it. I do think that I will have to put some kind of foliage that's like super super bright. So sometimes what I do is I like to paint in like black and white. If I already have the colors the way I want it to be, this is kind of like my alternative. So even though it's still in color, um, I'm sampling it. I'm just turning off like my ability to see the color. So I'm just focused on the value. That's all it really is. And this can be really helpful as I'm painting, you see? Because I can just kind of really take a look and not get too caught up in all the color. I can just really just take a look value wise and see where things are sitting. Because something, a good painting in color should obviously look good in value, and that's what I'm trying to make sure is happening here. So we can paint in this kind of black and white, and it kind of just calms your brain down just a tad bit. Like sometimes it's really easy to kind of like just get overwhelmed with everything, and then you're just like, dude, what the heck? I feel like this forces me to really understand the choices that I'm making. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. So don't get it twisted. Even though it is like looking like it's black and white, it's not. So I can do that, and I can put the color back and really easily, and I'm fine. I mean, yeah, I guess we could go like pretty high with it if you wanted to. but I still want there to be some kind of gradation in the value here. Cool. Alright. Alright, so we can get some more little forms in here and see what's good. I'm definitely going to throw like a little bit of more red in there on the bottom area. But I think what needs to happen though right now is there needs to be a little bit of like a bright light, like kind of intense. So I can take that red that I was doing and I can put it on a color dodge effect on the brush, and just like that we have exactly what we're looking for. A little bit of that redness to kind of shine through while still keeping it dark on the on the top and bottom. So yeah, just a little bit. But I think it's nice. I think there's a nice kind of effect to it. Now, the question is how do I get that to kind of read across the board here? So it just means that I want that to be really bright. What is that? Okay, it's almost 100% white. Perfect. So yeah, I just want to kind of carve out some nice like light shapes here. So for that, you know, whatever brush you want, but I always kind of like this brush. It has a very artistic kind of feel to it. And I feel like if I can kind of just sculpt out some shapes, it would in turn like kind of look really interesting. Now this probably just needs to be like pure white. And if I do it that way, then this does in turn need to be a little bit more brighter, which I may put on a color dodge layer. Ooh. So I don't know if I want to, because something's happening there that I like. I just don't know how to control it. Sure, why not? I'm not sure if I 100% like it, but there's something there. I just need to figure out what it is. Like maybe it's a sense of getting in that like that light layer right there. But I think I just need to kind of play with the design of the shapes. I'm just not too married to it right now, so that's all. If I was married to it more, I think I would be okay. So maybe it really is just like an issue of, you know, just actually like painting it in, you know. Something like that, you know, where I really am like leaf by leaf. Let me turn off color dodge for now. I still like some of the shapes that were made though. So I just want to figure out a way if I can possibly keep all that. you know, it could be like a noise thing, possibly. I honestly don't know what the solution is at this point. Um, but it being a focal point near the character, it needs to get solved for sure. You know, like that light area needs to really sing to me, and it's like kind of not doing that at the moment. You know, my strategy on making foliage is like usually just trying to figure out just the actual form, you know? If I can figure out the actual form of it, like where's the light side, where's the shadow side, then I'm good. But at the same time, it also has to be done in a way where I feel like it can uh, be visually pleasing to the eye, where it looks like it's also, you know, designed. It has like a life to it, you know. So it can't just be like it can't you can't you have to kind of find this way to do like, in my opinion, it's like beautiful chaos. You have to do it in a way where it provides that chaos, but it looks like it's designed in a very interesting way. And that's a really hard thing to do. It's something that I still struggle with all the time. So I could do that, but I don't like that shape in particular. So so I need to figure that part out. But this is the game we play. So I mean, at that point, I know it's gonna happen. So I just need to just keep going with it. What about this one? I mean, it's not pretty though. I want it to look pretty. So maybe what we do is maybe we just erase from it. So I've been painting in a very additive manner. So I'm wondering if painting in a subtractive manner will. So I think that actually might be the vibe. Is just painting in a very subtractive manner to kind of create some of that randomness in there. That's what I'm thinking. But again, creating beautiful chaos, it's easier said than done. So I just want to create some layers of it. Cool. Okay. I think we're figuring something out here. Oh, oops, don't want that. That is not the brush we want. But we also want there to be probably a color dynamic, right? So we'll probably get rid of this bush right here. So when I'm having trouble, I think what I want to figure out is like what kind of bush shapes do I want and how do I want it to lead to the character, you know? So I think what I should do here is let's take a step back, right? It's not that it's bad, but whenever you want to like get better at your shit, like it's better to like really take your time here. So instead, I like a circle here. I like the idea of a circle there. I want to fill that with color, and I'm just gonna leave it. Okay, I'm gonna turn that off. I did like the dark value right there. So when in doubt, we want to see if we can simplify it out. So this is the simplification that I want, right? That's what I want. I look at that and I can be okay with that. Now, I want to reverse this though. I want this one to be that value instead. So I can go to this guy and I'll separate it actually because I don't want to mess it up. And we'll make this guy light. Okay, I'll make this guy dark. Oops. This guy will be dark. Hey, get dark. Cool. So we'll have that. I probably want that to be a little bit smaller, so I'm going to bring that down a little bit more. Just like that. Now I have this guy in the background. I want him to be kind of like where the highlights are going to be. You know what? Let me do this. And let me duplicate it. And just work on the shapes. That's what I want. Just like that. Why does it not oh my god. Duplicate. What are you doing? The fuck? Oh my lord. Sorry. Photoshop was like frustrating the hell out of me. I don't know why if you lock transparency you can't duplicate shit. Like does that change? Is that even a thing? Like since when is that even a thing? Alright. See? It works then. Photoshop's so weird sometimes. So I just want to understand like the light and shadow, you know? That's what I want to understand is that. So that's the shapes that I'm working with. That's what I got to figure out. So that means I can make another one in front of it, and I'll put this layer. And so these are the light patterns that I want. Like that's the light pattern that I want in this whole thing. So if I can somehow take those simple ass shapes and then make that into something, then I'm in a good place. So let's, for all intents and purposes, try that. Okay. So we'll probably turn off like a lot of these things because I want to handle it little by little, but so now at this point, all I want to do is just to like refill it, you know? So I could probably try with like a simpler brush. Maybe with some color dynamics per tip. And I can erase in all kinds of cool directions, you know? But again, I just want some cool shit to kind of happen here. Now maybe I even throw in some a little bit of that, and maybe I throw in a little bit of like a bit of small texture. So that's like what I'm looking for. Kinda. Not really, but at least I have like a game plan to kind of solve it. Because the edges have to be cool, you know? If the edges aren't interesting, it's like, what are we doing here? This is leafy texture one. That definitely is not the vibe. So I may go back to like some chalk stuff where it's like cool texture, you know? So I may go back to something like this and turn on the color dynamics. And per tip. So yeah, So this might actually kind of work. So a little bit of texture here. I think that works actually. Make this really, really small. I don't like this thing being here. Cool. So now I just want to start getting out some of these colors underneath it to figure out the forms. And now I think we're in a vibe. Like now I think like that probably took me way longer time than I needed to figure out, and I probably should have stopped noodling like halfway through. But that will happen sometimes because you feel like, oh, I can just keep solving it. Like I'll just, if I just keep painting, I'll figure it out eventually, right? Not all the time. And sometimes you're better off just kind of starting over and just saying like, let me, oops, oh, I painted on the wrong fucking layer. Damn it. Actually, I want that stuff. No. What layer? Well, I guess I'll just keep painting on it. No, we're good. Cool. Hey, give it to me. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, sometimes you're better off just starting from scratch, to be honest. Because you're better. Like you'll just figure it out quicker. Like right there, it already feels like way better. So I'll revisit the extra lighting on there, but it's in a better position. So let's just keep moving on. So I can go to this guy now. Right here. Why is it on them? Oh my god, Photoshop! Stop trying to fuck me. What are you doing? Why can't I control click? Thank you. Sorry. Dude, technology, man. It's like, it's driving me insane. Why would it... I don't want auto select. Why would it even think that? Okay, cool. Now we're back. Just stupid Photoshop, man. Okay, cool. Over here fighting with the tool like a noob. Serious. So we're just gonna do that. Just a little bit. A little bit, not too much. Now here, we definitely probably need like a rake erase. Or like a texture erase. And we can kind of just like tap it in a way where it kind of creates like these little hints of just like, I don't know what you want to call it, but little hints of texture where the edges are like super like graded, like kind of all over the place, you know? And then we can paint it back in with like a little bit more foliage, I guess is kind of the way to go about it. So there's definitely like a technique here. It's just kind of random. LGN, appreciate it. I appreciate the kind words. Thank you very much. Shout outs to LGN. Goated. Anyone that uses the word love, love's a strong word. I appreciate it. Okay, so there's all kinds of stuff going on in here, and I can definitely begin to kind of see some of these values that are happening in here. But I definitely want some more of that kind of redness going in there. And I don't know why I'm spending so much time on this, but like, if you're gonna do something, you might as well just do it like right until you like it, and that's what I'm gonna do. Hope you're having a good day, LGM. Appreciate it. 33 people in the chat. I appreciate it for coming through. Don't be shy. That's for damn sure. Come through and say hi. I'm rhyming. I'm rhyming in these commentaries. Sample brush. Which one is this one? Could I use this the whole time? Am I just being stupid? Am I just dumb? I mean, we're about to find out. Well, let me see. I mean, I've had tree texture. Let's see. Tree texture. No, am I dumb? I don't think I'm. No way. Oh snap! Shout outs to Italia. Beautiful country. I was lucky enough to go to Milan in Turin. Yeah. I'm an AC Milan fan back in the days of like Seedorf, Shevchenko, all those guys. So yeah, shout outs to Italy, Milan. Love the food. That's the most important thing. If we're being 100% honest here, the food is the most important thing there. And I enjoyed it, and I would like to go back at some point in time, So yeah, I know it's late for you guys. You guys are about 12 hours ahead, so it's definitely late. Yeah, I mean, not just I don't want to say that's the only thing that's like good about the country, but I mean, I'm just saying the food is bomb. Like, I was in El Duomo, and I was going to some spots, and I was eating some food, and I was having the time of my life, man. Something about the food. So yeah, shout outs to Milan. They showed me nothing but love out there. That was a really good time. I did a workshop out there one time, and it was so much fun. I had a great time. I would love to. I need to go back. I need to take my wife there. I need to drop her off at some Italian grandma's house and just tell her not to leave until she knows how to cook some like authentic Italian food. Now I know that sounds like very sexist, but my wife loves to cook, so joke's on you. She would love that. But yeah, I'm looking. I mean, in general, man, I can't wait to travel in general. Like, ooh, this actually might work. We'll go with it. We'll rock it. Okay, the Novia is from Milan. Yeah. Yeah, they were, dude, such a fun time. Such a fun time. Yeah, I was there for, we were doing a workshop for iMaster Art, which is like this random school. And they have a school in Turin and a school in Milan. And yeah, it was really, really fun. But yeah, gotta love me some Italian soccer, minus the racism. But yeah, dude, it's always a fun time. And I mean, y'all seem to have like some of the good artists, man. so many good artists from Italy. They're just like bomb. They're so good. Okay, now we are moving and grooving. My favorite Italian artist is Sergio Topi. Topi. I don't think I've ever heard of him, but I'm about to look his ass up right now. All right, I'll tell you mine. One of my his ink stuff is amazing. All right, I'm gonna show you one of my favorite Italian artists. So Lip Cormarea is easily one of my favorite Italian artists. She's from Bolzano. I'm probably not saying that right, but yeah, Bolzano. Dude, he's fucking amazing. He's so fucking good. His stuff is like ridiculous. The way he paints, he's like an art director at Netflix. And just overall, his stuff is just so good. It's so good. The styles that he's able to do and just his overall approach, like his black and white stuff, is so like look at that. And the way he animates shit is just crazy too. Like I'm really jealous of just like his ability to like approach stuff. It's like really really good. Now Topa said favorite. You said what was the guy's name? You said his name was Sergio Topi. Oh yeah. Dude, I have one of his books. What am I doing? I know I have one of his books somewhere. Dude, I have this book. Yeah. I have one of these books that's somewhere in. It's somewhere there. I'm not gonna waste your guys' time trying to find it, but yeah, I have one of these books. I didn't know he was Italian. Which book do I have? Is the question. I think it's like this one. I think it might be this one. But yeah, I have his book. I know who this guy is. This guy's the shit. I just forget. I just didn't know he was Italian. I guess I should have known about the name. But yeah, I have one of this guy's books. And then who else is really good? Let me see. There's another artist that I can't even think of his name right now. I don't want to say it's Ricardo. It's not Ricardo. I'll have to figure it out. But actually, maybe I can figure it out on the side while I'm doing this. Let me sign in real quick on my stuff. Maybe if I sign in, I can figure it out. He did work for me. He did work in my class, and he was really really good. And you know what? If I log into my Facebook, I'll find it, which will take a couple seconds. But his work is like really good though. Let me see if I can find it. Because he's a good story just because of the fact that like he wasn't that good in the beginning, and then he just kept like just grinding it out, and it was a really fun story in my opinion of just how he got better over time. And he's actually one of my students that like just was really really strong. Oh, Roberto Gatto. That's what it was. I'm so dumb. So Roberto Gatto is from Italy, and it now came to me. And he's from Italy as well. Bam. There we go. Roberto Gatto. Rimini, Italy. And he did this one thing where he did a drawing a day, a painting a day. And it's crazy just how good he got over like a year. And his stuff is like getting really good now, where I'm like, god damn. Like his sketching is amazing, his 3D is amazing. he just overall just really really blossomed over the few years. His painting stuff is good, and he was the guy that showed us around in Italy. Like, truth be told, our hosts weren't necessarily that hospitable. They're kind of like, here's your hotel. They just leave. They went and they showed us around. Like he showed up and he showed me around the area and like really made sure I got to like really get a sense of like the Italian love, Italian vibes, and yeah, this guy is really 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 good, in my opinion, and he's only getting better. And to me, like he's just starting to get good. Like I think honestly, like in a few years' time, he's gonna be just like a freaking beast, and we're all gonna be like just looking at this guy. So, yeah, dude, fucking Italians. I don't know what you guys are eating, but y'all need to like chill out and stop being so damn good. How about that? Um, Omoha, what's up? Ori or Ojiri, what's good? We're just talking about why Italians need to like calm down in general. You know, they're over here just thinking they're so damn good, which they are. These damn Italians, with their food and their art. So yeah, shout outs to all my international people. If we got any more in the house today, I appreciate you guys coming through on a weekend of all. How old is Roberto? Shoot, I don't think he's that old. I want to say he's got to be in his early 30s, probably younger. I feel like he's younger than that. I feel like he's a younger individual. I don't think he's as old as me. I should just message him. Yo, Roberto, how old are you? But no, I don't think he's that old. In general, I think he's relatively young. I think Lip is older too, but he's still pretty young to be like an art director for his age. I think Lip is still pretty young too. So there's definitely like it's definitely a lot of like young souls here. They're just like just grinding things out, and where they are in their career is definitely like not normal. I'll tell you that much. Ooh. But I feel like when it comes to like Italy, like digital art isn't really the thing there. It's their traditional style. Like they all have like really good traditional skills. It just comes when it comes to digital. They're like kind of like old school. They're a little bit behind in my opinion. But I think like they're just more schools, more of that kind of stuff will change that. But their traditional stuff is always just like so good. That's usually the issue with a lot of like European is like technology wise they're kind of like a little bit behind sometimes, in terms of like doing like using like the most recent programs, all that kind of stuff. But like they always have like strong fundamentals that when they do get a hold of like all these fancy programs and stuff like that, they're just like they're killing it. I think it's just because it's probably like an old school mentality, right? Because you're just coming from like right the centuries of just like amazing fine art that you try to go to digital art, they're probably just like, yo, what the hell? So I kind of find there's a little bit of that gatekeeping a little bit with that. They don't view digital art the way that Americans do, where they kind of like embrace it. Nice. Finally. I'm starting my whole art career almost 2 years, and I'm 35, so I'm happy when I'm painting. I mean, yeah, just do what you got to do. I mean, I'm technically 35 now, and I'm just now kind of getting into it. So, I mean, I've been doing it for 10 years, but I feel like it took me a while to kind of get there. But at the same time, like when I was learning, I feel like information wasn't nearly as available as it is now. So I feel like you have everything in your power to kind of like essentially kind of cut that learning time like in half, you know what I mean? Like so definitely take advantage of that because you know, it's not every day the information is as readily available as it is now. Like before, if you wanted to learn something, man, it was a pain in terms of finding people that would show you. Now you can just like people will just show you everything for relatively for pretty much for free, and it's pretty awesome. Yeah, technology, all that kind of stuff, man. It's like you don't have to struggle now like the way certain people did when you know when you couldn't figure something out. You had to just you know good luck. It would take you months before you could figure something out. Now there are programs that are just so much easier to use, so much more user friendly. You know, you can really just focus on being creative. You know, that's a huge like thing. So that back in the day, I just remember trying to use like 3D software and just using Photoshop and all these things that just were not meant for artists are now just so much more friendly, user friendly. All right. We are flying, ladies and gentlemen. When I tell you we are flying, we are flying. We're going through these little by little. And we're just solving problems left and right. Man, you gotta love it. Honestly, I think maybe in one more session, which will probably be offline, and you guys probably won't see it because I'll need to get it done. But like, we're there. Ooh. So I'm zoomed out as far as possible because I don't want to like get a. LGN said, "Do you still teach at CGMA?" Yes, actually, we just started this week. Actually, so I am currently a teacher with CGMA, though I will be taking the semester off next week, next semester, just because I'm a little bit. I've been doing like, I've been doing like semesters straight. I haven't not taught there in probably like 5 6 years. I've been teaching with them for like 6 years straight, never taking time off for myself. And I'm now at a point where I'm like, all right, I think I need to take a break. I need to kind of relax, you know, and just maybe make some new content, that kind of stuff. So I'm at that point in my life now where, shout out to CGMA, they're definitely family. But I definitely need to take some time for myself and kind of just reset my brain a little bit and just kind of hang out. But yes, week one, we're in week two now, but they students just submitted their week one homework, And before I got on, I was actually doing their video critiques. So yeah, I'm still there. And there are plenty of just heavy hitters at CGMA. It just feels like every time I check, there's just always something new, man. There's always someone just like, there's always some new artist up and coming that's just killing it. How many times have you answered with the problem is in the values during those 6 years? Probably more than I'd like to count. The problems with your value. Yeah, that's probably, if I had to say that like a million times, probably, yeah, that's probably, if I had a penny for every time I said that, I'd probably have a lot of money by now. But I don't know if it's values nowadays. I feel like it's more so just confidence and just overall just painting with intention. I feel like sometimes people kind of go through the motions nowadays. They don't really think about things very often. They kind of just noodle and they don't think. So if anything, I think it's like just the noodling is a huge issue where they're kind of just guessing, you know. And so I think that's probably one of the bigger issues is just getting them out of autopilot and really making them think about what they're putting down on digital canvas. You know, that's a hard thing to do sometimes, especially when you're in your comfort zone. You kind of just be like, oh, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. And you're like, nope, I want you to think more about it. Really think about what you're putting down. And that can be kind of hard sometimes. Some more red in here. Ooh, looks like I can put some more darker red in here. Something came to the door. 1 second. It's interesting. Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on a second. It's a package. I don't know what it is. So, 1 second. Oh, it's my ring thing. Oh, that's silly. Sorry, guys. A little. So I have Ring doorbell, and they sent me like a free digital like thing to put on my lawn. That's like, oh, your house is protected by Ring, which is supposed to like deter people from robbing your house, which I totally doubt is ever gonna work. But it was free, so they just gave me a promo code and gave it to me. So I guess that's what came in today. I ordered an art book and I thought it was gonna be that, and I was wrong. So, anyways, it is what it is. Here, I'll show it to you guys. Does it work on the cam? Yeah, see? A little ring. It's like a solar powered like thing you put on top of your lawn, and then it glows at night. I guess that's the idea. It looks like that at nighttime. It just glows. So anyways, something completely not art related. I apologize for wasting 2 minutes of your time, but that's what it was. Anyways, back to the arts. Let's get some more of that red in there. What am I at in terms of I'm at 109. Nice. Ooh, kill him. Ooh, oh, I like that. Yeah, I want that light to really shine through here. And I want these to be dark reds. Now, let's throw in the texture, shall we? Okay, after that, I'm gonna put in some more form. This guy has to just go dark, I think. It needs to go less saturated and more dark. And by that, that means the whole thing. Let's just merge all this down. Let me just paint this out. There we go. Cool. We moving, and we grooving. 29 people in the chat. Thank you guys for coming through. Much appreciative. 6 viewers in the other chat. Thank you for coming through. Much appreciative. Don't be shy. Say hi. All that kind of stuff. Don't be afraid to mingle. Say what's up. I assume if you're here, you're probably into art. You probably do art, you know? So talk art. Do whatever, man. Hopefully you make new contacts. That's probably the biggest thing about streams, is that you'll probably meet people that are either live near you or like the same things you do, all that kind of stuff, you know? So this is a great way to meet like-minded people, especially during a pandemic, you know, when we're all kind of a little bit isolated. This is the time to kind of fix that, you know? So again, don't be shy. Come say hi. All right, so we're just gonna, I'm just throwing a little bit of texture in here, just so it kind of reads like a tree a little bit better. I want to see how far I can get within the next like half hour or so, and I think if I just keep going, I can get a lot done. Nice. This, not so nice. Cool. So a way you can get people engaged is just tell me where you're from, you know? You got some international people in the house. Where's everybody from? That's what I want to know. That way it's not so quiet, you know? LGN. Okay, man, it's really late in here. I'm going to sleep. Thanks for the chat. Keep up the amazing work. Yeah, thank you, LGN. Thank you for coming through. I really appreciate it. I guess someone's got to take your place in terms of chatting it up in here, because right now it's kind of too quiet. But anyways, yeah, take care. Ciao, and I'll see you when I see you. Good luck with all your work, man. Take care. See, always nice meeting new people in the chat from all over the world. You know, that's always cool. We're very lucky in that way that art can do that. What was on my finger? Alright, come on. Let's get these all nice and painted. And I don't know what I was doing with this foliage here. but I imagine it was probably important to some degree. What is this foliage? Yeah, I guess it was probably important. But we'll figure out what that is in a second. You know, this guy could probably use some love too. Not that bright, but there you go. All right, here we go. Okay, we're in a pretty good vibe right now. But where's everybody at, man? Sounds so y'all are so shy. That's cool. Cool. All right, we'll probably leave. Well, let's throw in a little bit of a little extra texture in here, since we're kind of rolling here. A little bit softer. Okay, not too bad. Turn this sideways. Just make a little bit of texture out of it. I'm all about those gradations. I'll tell you about that much. Anyways, we'll probably figure this. We'll probably have to put a fork in this guy and come back, but I do want there to be a nice gradation right around this area. And right now, it's a little, the gradation's too wide. But it still is in a pretty good place though. So we shall leave it for now. Alrighty. Nice. Okay, cool. All right. Now I just need to kind of like now that I'm getting everything like in a nice place, I feel like everything else is kind of slowly kind of coming like into yeah. See, that's the value that I'm missing here. And now I gotta begin to figure it out. As well as having a little more of a warm tone. Nice. Now we're moving and grooving. Let's go back to this shape right here. Wow, what the noise? Oh, my dog is playing upstairs. And he's throwing a toy around. I was like, what the hell is that sound? My dog is an interesting character, to say the least. Sure, why not? Why not take that chance? Just adding in some random light, kind of just shining through. I like it. So yeah, we're taking some chances for sure. But I think they're all very much worth it. See, look at all that. I think we're in a good place, honestly. I think we're starting to catch a vibe, quote unquote. But we do need to figure out some of the foliage stuff, you know. So let's maybe just finish some of these trees or whatever, and then I think we can, we can call it a day. To be honest, I feel like we're gonna be in a good spot. Actually, what I should look up is what time is the Laker game? All right. The important things in life. I'm half kidding. Is it at 5? 5:30. All right. I guess I have a half hour left. Just in time for some Laker basketball. And I might even just ride my bike. Ride the bike, get some physical exercise, All those lame things people don't like to do, including myself, but you need to do it. Nice. All right. Okay, cool. Is anybody out there? Testing, testing, 1, 2. Can you guys hear me okay? my quiet group of listeners. Let me know if you're feeling this. If you're not, let me know. And also a friendly reminder that to talk in Behance, all you have to do is create an account, and to make an account is free. And if you are already using like Adobe Cloud, then you already have an account. You just have to just activate it. So another good reason to use it, because there's a lot of cool stuff on Behance in general. So shout outs to Behance for the sponsored streams, much appreciative. Okay. Whoops. Okay, I'll handle that stuff later, but this one's a little bit darker. Okay, so we're just gonna keep pushing some of this stuff out. I like the red. The red is speaking to me. Oh, and someone comes through, and someone does speak. Mr. or Miss Willie TV. Hello, love your work, dude. Thank you, Willie. What's good, man? How you doing? Where you from? What are you up to? How's your weekend? Did I mess this up? I kind of did. Oh, it's because there's that green on there. I don't want that shit. But why not throw in a little bit of light, Just bam. Why not? Just take chances, Maybe like a little bit lighter. There we go. Good, good, good. I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. I'm just trying to get some work done, Is what it is, What are you up to this weekend? You painting? You hanging out? I'm drawn to watching your stream. That's the vibe. That's what I'm talking about. What are you working on? What are you working on, Willie? Okay. Okay, I like that. But this can still be dark. It can still be pretty dark. So I'm gonna make it darker. Anatomy studies, yo. You're working on some of that. I call that eating your vegetables. That's your art vegetables right there. If you're working on anatomy, because that stuff can be not dry, but you can't half-ass that kind of stuff. You gotta really know what's going on. So if you're working on anatomy, that's the real deal Holyfield. You know what I mean? So that's good. That's good that you're doing it, because it definitely ain't easy. I'll tell you that much. Which, shout out to people that go to figure drawing. I haven't been to figure drawing God knows how long, and I miss it. I really do. Figure drawing is one of my favorite things to do. slowly get it going here. Because, yeah, figure drawing, man, that stuff is hard. So hard. That's dope. That's good. That's good. Yeah, man. That's oh no, it's just Wiley. Sorry, Wiley TV. My bad. Um, yeah, that's but that's where the foundations are, man. Like you figure it out there. Everything else will just come to you with ease. Whether it's environments, like prop design, a lot of stuff just starts there. So good stuff. Where you hailing from, Wiley? Getting that worked on the weekends. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. You putting that working on a weekend, it's one step closer. Okay. We are rolling. Need some red underneath there. For sure. Okay. Yes. No, 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 no. Red. Red. Need the reds. There we go. Okay, maybe not that. I don't know. That red? I don't know. I just need that light to just really shine through, you know? I want to create a little bit of like a halo. You know, maybe I can throw in a little bit of light right here or something like that. Just a little bit. I don't know. We'll have to work that out. Oh shit, from Guatemala. I've been watching your streams for a long time and I love what you do, dude. Bro, appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Gracias. Shout outs to Guatemala. One of my best friends growing up in high school and in soccer was a good friend of mine named Roberto Zamora, and he was from Guatemala. And his mom used to make some bomb Guatemalan food. Shout outs to all the Guatemalan moms out there that are making bomb Guatemalan food. Respectfully. Never been to Guatemala, but maybe I should make my way out there and just eat a lot of food. I'm on that food train, you know. If you're from a foreign country, chances are you got bomb food, and I will go there and I will eat all of it. I don't know what am I doing here. Yeah, the edges are terrible. Oh no, it's terrible edges. Kalen, you better than that. Yeah, man. I don't mess with Guatemalans because Roberto was a big dude too. He was huge. I was always scared of him because he was a massive dude. I was like, nope. And of course, he went into the army, so you know, no surprise there. I guess I can add an extra rock there. Why not? No. You know what? I'm not gonna add an extra rock. I just need to make this just thicker. I hate that little. Or do I like it? I don't know if I like it or not. Practice routine. In terms of what? In terms of football? In terms of arte? Like, which one do you mean? Because I have my football routine. That's like my football training regiment that I do. Um, Art routine kind of varies, honestly, on whether or not I have time or not. That's what that kind of comes down to. You know, I'm gonna paint this manually because it looks like ass. Art. Okay, cool. Yeah, so art, I mean, just because I'm always working, there's not much of a routine, I would say. If anything, my only routine is just maybe doing these streams at least once or twice a week, just to kind of work on personal stuff. But for the most part, it's doing my day job, my day studio job during the day, doing freelance at night, and then I teach on the weekends. And then, I'll sketch here and there, but for the most part, because I feel like I'm just working like all the time, pretty much 7 days a week, I try to kind of disconnect myself with art if I can. So a lot of my time is mostly doing like physical activity. So um, I do a lot of like personal soccer training. So I work with the coach, a soccer training coach, so I can get better at my overall skill. And I focus on like spending time with my wife and walking my dog and stuff like that, going on runs, that kind of stuff. So trying to play some video games with some of my friends who aren't artists, like some of my childhood friends. So I try to, as much as possible, have other things in my life outside of art. Um, but this is because I feel like I'm in a place where I've established myself as an artist that maybe I don't have to put as much time into things. But I'm still always kind of, when I can, I'll look at tutorials and I'll try to see what the new current thing is to do, whether it's technique or whatever. And every once in a while, I'll try something out on my own time when I have the time. But for the most part, it's definitely not as hardcore as it used to be. I think there was a point in time where I was doing stuff like all the time, And if I wasn't doing art professionally for work, then I was going home watching tutorials and trying to kind of like, learn new techniques all the time. For the most part now I only learn new techniques if like I really need to. If it's going to like hinder my work, then I'll go and I'll figure it out. But for the most part, I've been lucky enough where I don't feel like I need to do all that kind of stuff. So if anything, my routine now is more like on a personal level, just like personal stuff. Being in a pandemic and just being at home all the time, it's very easy to want to just like do art all the time. So if anything, it's been definitely like a personal journey of just learning how to disconnect. So that's kind of where I've been, for the most part, is just learning how to just find other things beyond art that that is more of who I am. So yeah, so right now, I would say my family and like physical stuff takes up most of my time. So mostly like soccer training stuff is now like my vibe for the most part. So though I'm very lucky to have that issue, because some people don't have work and whatnot. So I definitely have to, you know, be very thankful in that regard. But yeah, it's mostly I'm mostly just finding inspiration from everyday life. I think is probably the vibe that I'm on right now. Is like um, learning that there's more to me than just my art. I think is a big thing for me. But that obviously again comes after putting so much time into it. That now I'm kind of reaping the benefits from it. So with that now, I feel like I now have time to do things that maybe I wanted to do back in the day, but maybe didn't feel comfortable giving up that time for it. So, I want to travel more. I want to spend more time with my family. I want to take care of my family, take care of my moms, all that kind of stuff. Um, God forbid, play a video game every once in a while. Alright, let's throw in some more light in here somewhere. What kind of games do I play? Shoot. Right now, I only kind of play what my friends are playing because that's what I want to like. Gaming is more so for me like a social thing, so I can hang out with my friends socially. So for me right now, it's probably like Warzone or Apex, like a lot of battle royale type games nowadays, which isn't necessarily the most fun thing, but that's what they're playing, so I play it too. But I do enjoy fighting games and stuff like that a lot. Like fighting games have always been my jam. So it's just kind of finding just whatever the group guys are playing. So if they're playing a game and I want to spend time with my friends, then that's what I'll do. So it's mostly battle royales, unfortunately, which is super boring. But it's more so who you play with sometimes. You know what I mean? And so sometimes when you play with the right people, doesn't matter what game you're playing, it would be fun. Uh, I was playing some Fall Guys for a minute because that game was pretty funny to me, and I enjoyed playing it. So, yeah, like I said, it really just depends on like what people are doing. Because if I'm playing with my wife, my wife's not a gamer, but the game that she will play with me is like Overcooked. That's probably the only game she'll play, and that's pretty funny to play with her, just because she's not a gamer. So Watching her kind of struggle with controls and yell at me about cooking and stuff is pretty funny. Yeah, Overcooked's plugin hilarious. Yeah, there's it's definitely a true test of like our marriage. It's like, you know, can you survive a game of Overcooked together and not want to like yell at each other? Because there's definitely some times where we're just like, I'm like, bruh, what are you doing? And she's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, dude, like, give me the fucking, give me the rice. And she was like, fuck you, where's the shrimp? And I'm like, yeah, just yelling at each other. And then we're like, all right, let's figure this out. And then when you do it, we're like, yeah, let's go. And then we get super hype for like the stupidest of things. But yeah, Overcooked is hilarious. Definitely. Definitely a good relationship team building exercise. If I do say so myself. You want to test a marriage, throw them in an Overcooked situation. I'm telling you. I mean, yeah, there's definitely some games that like I've been meaning to play, like games that I haven't like finished yet, you know. And so I'll definitely go to those every once in a while, but that's like if I have a lot of time and I'm like super bored, then I'm like, okay, I'll pick up these games that I haven't finished for sure. Uh, but for the most part, it's always just games that the friends are playing. But I do love like, you know, like RPGs, you know. I do love like, you know, the kind of Final Fantasy or like the Uncharted games. Like I love the story based games as well. So it's just more so when I have time, you know. I love my anime as much as anybody else, you know. I love my Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, all that kind of stuff. So just it's whatever is available. My gaming ability is just so much based on like timing. Alrighty. Looks like I have maybe about how much time do I have left really? In theory. I got about 10 minutes left, I would say. So, you know, if you got your questions, comments, concerns, all that stuff, um, now would be the time to kind of, uh, you know, throw those in the chat, all that kind of stuff. As I will be kind of finishing up soon and in a pretty good place too. Like, I'm actually quite happy with how far I've gotten with with this piece. So I might be kind of wrapping it up soon. No. This one I've had for a while, based off an old painting that I did. So that's what I used in the very beginning for the color of this piece. So, um, this piece is based off of here. Let me grab it real quickly. It's actually based off a work piece that I did that I can't show, but um, This is the one piece. Where is it? There you go. Cool. So yeah, so I did this one, and then this is the other one, and then I wanted to do a spring one. So this is kind of like, so a lot of it is based off of some of my photography in the redwood forest, in California. So a lot of my own photography from that is kind of used to get this piece going. So hopefully that kind of gives you a vibe of where that is. So, but right now though, a lot of this stuff is kind of, not even gonna lie, is just low key guessing. To be honest, like I'm kind of guessing what I want to do with the color and stuff like that, and I'm just kind of just doing tests here and there, and I'm just kind of seeing if it works. So I wish there was some more like profound answer, but there is not. It's mostly just like not important things. Um, just pretty much just luck, if I'm just going to be completely honest here. Oops. Yeah, I wanted to do something that could be like a iPhone wallpaper. So I haven't really done vertical pieces in a while, and so that was kind of the idea behind all these, was to do like these like cool vertical pieces, that would be fun, and yeah. Oh, let me do it that way. I mean, that's what I want to do. So this was my goal. It was like a random project that I wanted to do, and I was like, I'm gonna do this. But now I kind of regret it because like halfway through, I was kind of over it, and but you know, I'm at this point. I just want to finish it, just so I can say like, okay, I finished it. You know. But this older, that the snow painting was actually based on a painting that I did a long time ago, and the original challenge was to see if I could make it better. That was kind of the original meaning behind it. I just wanted to see like, I wanted to look at an old painting and just see like if I could make it better. You know, could I, knowing what I know now, could I could I come through and like really make it look cool? And that was like the first like, um, how this kind of painting began. And now that I did that, I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can do it more times, right? Make sure it's not a fluke. So then I was like, all right, well, let me see if I can like do it 2 or 3 times. Maybe I could do like variations of it. So that was kind of the way of thinking there. So my wife just texted me dinner is ready. I will be there in a few. My wife made some dinner, and you know what that means, guys. It means I may have to bounce in about 5 minutes. So yeah. So this painting, guys, was, again, people that are new here. This was based off of an old painting. It was this painting. Let me see if I can find it on my profile. Cool. It was based off of this painting right here. And it was a cool painting, but I was like, I know I can make that better, you know? And so that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to see if I could just do it. If I could just, knowing what I know now and how I paint now, could I make this a better painting? And I think like it looks a lot stronger. It's much more crisp, much more like easier readable. And everyone loves this painting. You know, everyone's like, "Yo, this painting's dope." But yeah, I really wanted to fix it. So next one I may want to do is this one here. This might be a fun one. But yeah, this was the painting that I wanted to see if I could fix it, and I feel like I did. And now I'm just moving on to the next one. You know, so now I want to do 3 of them. I wanted to do like this one, and this one. So slowly but surely, we're coming through, guys. We're making moves out here, and it's like really really fun. So it's a bitch because it's like I'm adding in all this extra work onto myself that I don't need to do, but at the same time, it really is forcing me to kind of like take a project and be like, "Yo, finish this shit for the love of God!" Like just do it, finish it, please. And it's been kind of a really nice. It's been a very very long journey thus far, but it's been definitely worth it. So if you are curious about it, you can watch some of my previous live streams on Behance, and you'll see exactly what I mean in terms of what I was going through. Like you'll see me literally kind of start from scratch, like on all these here. So you will definitely see everything, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. Yeah, they are there for your viewing pleasure, and you can watch them whenever you want. They're not going anywhere. So yeah, definitely take your time with these. Cool. So I think we're in a pretty good place to save. I don't know about y'all, but we had a good time. I had a good time. I finished pretty much the problems that I had with this one. And now I'm like almost done with this one. So not bad for 2 hours. I think with an extra 2 hours, I'll probably handle the foliage, and then I'll be good to go. Honestly, like I'll be in a pretty good place. So, um, and then we'll have three of them, and it'll be really cool to kind of line them up. Like the way I kind of want to do it, which would be really really cool, is eventually, um, maybe like make a print of it, but make a print of it like this, where it's like all four of them. So let's say that drag this one in there. Oops. Oh, this isn't nearly big enough. Oh, Jesus. Okay, cool. There you go. This is what I want to do. This is how I imagine it looking. And then this guy right here. We'll just drag this in like that. And then obviously this last one, when it's done, it's not done yet, but this is how I would want to release it. And whoops, don't crop it. Thank you. And fill it. So that's how I'd want to release it. And obviously we need to, I want this to be, I just want the bars to be like that, like evenly spaced out. So this guy would have to move over like this. This guy would have to move over like that. And then honestly, I'd probably would just like move it over like that. So this is the idea behind it. No clue if it's gonna work, but that's what I'm thinking. Okay, a little bit more inward. And I'm even working on like animating them too. That's kind of like the thing. So see that? That's kind of cool, right? That would be a vibe, right? Look at that. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, when I'm done, I'll definitely combine them all together, and that will be kind of a fun thing to do. So yeah, that's it. So thank you guys for coming through. I really really appreciate it, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode. I'll probably stream more this weekend, possibly. We'll see, but if not, Tuesdays is where I'm at. And yeah, just follow me on my Behance account, or follow me on Twitter. You can just type in my name, Kalen Art. All my socials should come up, and yeah, we'll just go from there. So, thank y'all for coming through. I really, really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys when I see you. Have a nice, safe weekend. All right, take care, guys. Lates.